All right, welcome back for another deep dive. And, today we are going to be diving into the world of artificial intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
This was a listener-suggested topic, and we're really excited to tackle it.
Yeah, definitely a hot topic these days. You can't go anywhere without hearing about AI.
Yeah, it feels like it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
So to help us kind of break this down, we are going to be taking a look at an episode of Tech Talks
Okay.
with Alex and Sam. They do a really great job at kind of making AI approachable and talking about, both the amazing potential and then also the big what-ifs.
Yeah, I really like how they cover the whole spectrum, right? From the everyday applications of AI that we kind of take for granted now,
Right.
to like the really mind-bending possibilities that could reshape our world.
Yeah, like AI diagnosing diseases from a scan before a human doctor even picks up on it.
Exactly.
Like that potential is already here.
Yeah, it's incredible.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's kind of like ground this conversation.
Right.
What stood out to you about how they defined AI and where we're at right now?
Well, it's interesting because, everybody's talking about AI taking over the world, right?
Yeah.
But we're still very much in the era of what they call narrow AI.
Oh, okay.
It's doing amazing things, but within very specific tasks.
Yeah.
So, your Netflix recommendations are spot on,
Right.
but that algorithm isn't going to suddenly compose a symphony.
Okay, so narrow AI, it's changing the game, but it's not about to become like, sentient and take over.
Right, exactly.
Yet, at least not yet. But even with these more limited AIs, the Tech Talks episode highlighted some incredible opportunities.
Yeah.
Especially in healthcare.
Oh, absolutely. One of the things that really stood out to me was AI's role in drug discovery. Imagine shrinking the development timeline for a new drug from years down to weeks or even months.
That's amazing.
That's the kind of impact we're talking about.
It's almost like science fiction becoming reality.
It is.
Like what diseases might we cure in the next decade thanks to this?
Exactly. And it's not just about speed. AI is also being used to analyze vast amounts of medical data.
Right.
Leading to these like personalized treatment plans based on an individual's genetic makeup.
So instead of one-size-fits-all medicine, we're moving towards like hyper-personalized healthcare.
Precisely.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
But is this technology going to be accessible to everyone, or will it just widen existing healthcare disparities?
That's a really crucial point.
Yeah.
The potential is there to revolutionize healthcare, but we need to make sure that these advancements benefit everyone, not just a select few.
And healthcare is just one area, right?
Yeah.
Alex and Sam, they talked about how AI is changing transportation, logistics, even agriculture.
Yeah, what's fascinating is how seamlessly AI is becoming integrated into all these different sectors. Think about self-driving cars.
Right.
They're not a futuristic fantasy anymore. Companies like Tesla and Waymo are making them a reality.
Yeah.
And they have the potential to transform our commutes, reduce accidents, and increase accessibility for those who can't drive themselves.
It makes you wonder, what are the long-term implications for industries like trucking, taxi driving, even public transportation?
It's a big question.
Yeah. Is AI going to create new job opportunities or lead to widespread unemployment?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, history has shown that technological advancements often lead to the creation of entirely new industries and career paths.
It's like trying to predict the future. We can't know for certain.
Right.
But we can prepare for those changes and equip ourselves with the skills needed to thrive in an AI-driven world.
Absolutely, adaptability and a willingness to learn new skills are going to be essential.
Speaking of navigating this landscape, Alex and Sam didn't shy away from the potential threats of AI either. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the concern about job displacement is certainly valid.
Yeah.
We need to have some honest conversations about how to manage that transition and make sure that workers aren't left behind.
Right.
But the potential risks of AI go beyond just jobs.
Right. They also talked about the issue of bias in AI systems.
Yes.
And I think this is where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
They specifically mentioned a facial recognition system that had difficulty accurately identifying women and people of color.
Right.
Because it was trained on a data set of mostly white men.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of how important diverse data is when you're training AI systems. If the data itself is skewed, the resulting AI is going to inherit those biases.
So it's not just about the algorithms themselves, it's about the data they're fed.
Exactly.
It's like teaching a child with biased textbooks.
Right.
You can't expect them to grow up with a fair and unbiased understanding of the world.
Precisely. We need to hold developers accountable for ensuring that their training data is diverse and representative of the population as a whole.
It's like we're at this crucial turning point in AI development.
Yeah.
We have the opportunity to create a future where AI works for everyone, but it requires careful consideration and responsible actions from developers, policymakers, and society as a whole.
I couldn't agree more. The choices we make today are going to have a huge impact on the future of AI and its role in our lives.
AI's impact is undeniable, but it's not without its challenges.
Right.
But before we delve into, the potential downsides, let's take a closer look at those specific examples of AI's impact across various sectors
Yeah, let's do it.
that Alex and Sam highlighted.
Okay, so let's go back to healthcare for a second.
Okay.
Alex and Sam, they brought up these AI-powered systems that analyze medical images, like X-rays and scans. Imagine an AI that can pinpoint a tiny tumor that a human radiologist might miss.
Wow.
That's early detection. It could save lives.
It's incredible to think that AI could become like this powerful tool for doctors,
Right.
helping them make more accurate diagnoses and develop even more effective treatment plans.
It really kind of challenges that traditional doctor-patient relationship,
Yeah.
What happens when AI is providing insights that even the most experienced physician might overlook?
It raises questions about trust, right? And how we integrate AI into healthcare in a way that benefits both doctors and patients.
Exactly. And then you have personalized medicine.
Right.
AI analyzing your DNA, your medical history, even your activity tracker data
Oh, wow.
to create a health plan tailored specifically to you.
It sounds futuristic, but it's closer than we think.
It is.
But it also makes me think about data misuse.
Uh-huh.
If companies have access to that level of personal health information,
Right.
how do we ensure that it's being used ethically and responsibly?
Yeah, that's where regulations and data privacy laws become absolutely critical.
Right.
It's a balance between fostering innovation and protecting sensitive information.
We want to benefit from these advancements, but not at the cost of our privacy.
Absolutely.
So we've talked about healthcare, but AI's impact extends far beyond that.
Oh, yeah.
What about those self-driving cars we mentioned earlier?
They are a perfect example of how AI can fundamentally reshape entire industries. Imagine a world with fewer accidents, reduced traffic congestion, and increased mobility for people who can't drive themselves.
Yeah.
The potential benefits are huge.
It is exciting to think about, but it also makes you wonder about the economic implications.
Right.
What happens to truck drivers, taxi drivers, even the entire automotive industry as we know it?
That's a valid concern. And it's not just those industries. Alex and Sam pointed out that even creative fields like music, art, and writing could be disrupted by AI.
Really?
Algorithms that can compose music, paint masterpieces, even write movie scripts.
It's fascinating and a little unsettling at the same time.
It is.
Will human creativity become obsolete?
Right.
Or will we find new ways to collaborate with AI and push the boundaries of what's possible?
That's an open question, and it's one that artists, writers, and musicians are already grappling with.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that AI's impact will be felt across all aspects of society, and we need to be prepared for the changes that it brings.
Okay, so we've discussed, some of the potential opportunities that AI presents. But Alex and Sam also delved into some of the potential downsides.
Right.
And honestly, this is where things get a bit more complex.
Yeah, I think it's crucial to acknowledge these concerns,
Yeah.
even if they seem far-fetched or like something out of a science fiction movie,
Yeah.
We need to be aware of the potential risks while also fostering responsible AI development.
Absolutely. So let's start with the big one.
Okay.
The idea of AI becoming so intelligent that it surpasses human control.
Yeah.
Is this a legitimate concern, or are we just getting carried away with, dystopian fantasies?
Well, it's a question that's been debated by philosophers and scientists for decades.
Right.
The concept of superintelligence and AI that surpasses human cognitive abilities raises some fundamental questions about control ethics, even the future of humanity.
It's easy to dismiss it as pure science fiction.
Right.
But the potential for an AI to learn and evolve at an exponential rate is something we can't ignore.
Exactly. And even if we don't end up with, like a Terminator-style scenario,
Yeah.
there are more immediate concerns about how AI might be misused or employed for malicious purposes.
Like autonomous weapon systems.
Exactly.
Or AI-powered surveillance that erodes our privacy and civil liberties.
Right. It highlights the need for strong ethical guidelines and regulations to ensure that AI is developed and deployed responsibly.
Yeah.
We need to be proactive, not reactive.
So anticipating potential problems and putting safeguards in place now rather than waiting for something to go wrong.
Precisely. And another potential risk that we've touched upon is the issue of bias in AI systems.
Right.
It's crucial to remember that AI is a reflection of the data it's trained on. If that data is flawed or biased, the resulting AI will be as well.
We've already seen examples of this, like facial recognition systems that are less accurate for certain demographics or algorithms that perpetuate existing societal biases.
Right, and this highlights the importance of diversity and inclusion in the development of AI.
Yeah.
We need diverse teams building these systems and diverse data sets used for training.
It's not just about fairness, it's about creating AI that works effectively for everyone, regardless of their background or identity.
Right, and it's not just about the data and the algorithms.
Yeah.
It's also about who has access to and control over these powerful technologies.
It raises questions about power dynamics
Yeah.
and the potential for AI to exacerbate existing inequalities if it's not developed and deployed equitably.
It's a complex issue, and there are no easy answers, but it's a conversation that we need to have.
Absolutely, and I think Alex and Sam did a great job of prompting that conversation in their podcast episode.
Yeah, they did.
They covered so much ground, from the exciting possibilities to the potential pitfalls.
It's a reminder that AI is a powerful tool that can be used for good or for ill. It's up to us to decide how we want to shape its future.
And that decision-making process starts with understanding the complexities of AI, both its potential and its risks. So before we wrap up, let's turn our attention to what the future might hold for AI. So Alex and Sam, they painted this picture of AI becoming like so integrated into our daily lives.
Yeah?
They talked about AI assistants managing our finances, planning our vacations, even helping us make like major life decisions.
It's a future that could be incredibly convenient,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But it also raises questions about how much control we're willing to give up.
Right.
Like, are we comfortable with algorithms making decisions that impact our lives in such profound ways?
It's almost like we're entering into this partnership with AI, but it's a partnership that requires careful consideration and clear boundaries.
Exactly. And that leads to another point. They raised the potential for achieving general AI.
Right.
An AI that can perform any intellectual task that a human can.
That's the holy grail of AI research, isn't it?
It is.
But as they pointed out, it's a concept that comes with, immense promise, but also potential peril.
Yeah, imagine an AI that could solve climate change, cure diseases, eradicate poverty.
Yeah.
Like, the possibilities are mind-boggling.
It's incredible.
But what if that same AI decides that humans are the problem?
It's a double-edged sword, for sure.
It is.
And it really highlights the importance of ethical considerations in AI development. We can't just focus on what's technically possible. We need to consider the potential consequences as well.
Absolutely. And that brings us to the question of regulations.
Right.
Alex and Sam argued that governments need to step in and ensure that AI development happens safely and ethically.
They mentioned the EU's proposed regulations on AI as an example of how policymakers are trying to strike that balance,
Right.
between fostering innovation and protecting citizens' rights.
It's a complex challenge, and there's no one-size-fits-all solution.
Right.
But it's clear that we need a framework for responsible AI development, one that involves collaboration between governments, industry leaders, and the public.
So it's not just about the technology itself. It's about the societal and ethical implications. And ultimately, it's about ensuring that AI is used for good, not for harm.
I couldn't agree more. And that's why conversations like this are so important.
Yeah.
We need to be informed, engaged, and actively involved in shaping the future of AI.
We can't just sit back and let things happen. We
Right.
need to be part of the conversation, asking tough questions, demanding transparency, and advocating for responsible AI development.
Because ultimately, the future of AI is up to us.
Yeah.
We have the power to shape it, to harness its potential for good, and to mitigate the risks.
So to our listeners out there, we'll leave you with this: AI is here to stay.
It is.
It's transforming our world in ways we're only beginning to understand. Embrace the possibilities, but do so with a critical eye, a sense of responsibility, and a commitment to ensuring that AI benefits all of humanity.
Then keep diving deep. There's always more to learn, more to explore, and more to discuss. Until next time.